Được không Thảo? Okay. Okay, we continue. For listening part, I say with you. Can you see the screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes.
Now task 4, please. Listen to 4 speakers talking about something which reminded them of early childhood. For each speaker, answer the questions below. Okay. You have two questions for each speaker. Now listen it. The first person, huh?
Lesson 1A.
Can you hear clearly?
Exercises 7.
Can you hear clearly?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I
Okay.
What the speaker at time and what
Okay.
was she doing? What remind speaker of his childhood? Okay. So
Okay. Speak. Listen.
7 and 8. Speaker 1.
I was browsing in a second-hand bookshop a couple of weeks ago, looking for a present for my uncle, when I saw a children's book on the shelf. The title didn't ring a bell, but the picture on the cover was really evocative. I'm sure we had that book when I was very young. I opened it and started reading. Surprisingly, the story didn't jog any memories. Maybe it belonged to my older sister, because I didn't remember anything about it at all, except for the picture on the front. Maybe I used to pick it up and just look at the pictures. Anyway, I bought it. I'm going to show it to my sister and see if she can remember it too.
can we hear again?
Okay. The second time.
Yeah.
Unit 1, Lesson 1A. Exercises 7 and 8. Speaker 1.
I was browsing in a second-hand bookshop a couple of weeks ago, looking for a present for my uncle, when I saw a children's book on the shelf. The title didn't ring a bell, but the picture on the cover was really evocative. I'm sure we had that book when I was very young. I opened it and started reading. Surprisingly, the story didn't jog any memories. Maybe it belonged to my older sister, because I didn't remember anything about it at all, except for the picture on the front. Maybe I used to pick it up and just look at the pictures. Anyway, I bought it. I'm going to show it to my sister and see if she can remember it too.
We have to. Where?
Now we listen one by one each sentence.
Lesson 1A. 8. Speaker 1.
I was browsing in a second-hand bookshop a couple of weeks ago.
Okay. Now, where was the speaker at that time? Can you hear that? Where
It means it's seen there in the bookstore.
Yes, maybe bookstore, second-hand book.
Second-hand book.
Is it right?
In a second-hand bookshop.
Yes, second-hand book. And
Yeah.
what was he or she doing?
A couple of weeks ago, looking for a present for my uncle.
And
they are looking the present for her uncle.
okay, and now you remind the speaker of his or her childhood. Now we move next.
When I saw it,
Maybe something they use phrasal verb, Thao. It's difficult for us to understand. Okay. Nên người ta dùng mấy cái phrasal verb, mấy cái cụm từ mà nó đi kèm đó Thảo. Nên là chắc mình nghe mình nó bị khó hiểu, mình không có hiểu được mấy cái cụm đó đó.
children's book on the shelf. The title didn't ring a bell, but the picture on the cover was really evocative. I'm sure we had that book when I was very young. I opened it and started reading. Surprisingly, the story didn't jog any memories. Maybe it belonged to my older sister, because I didn't remember anything about it at all, except for the picture on the front. Maybe I used to pick it up and just look at the pictures. Anyway, I bought it. I'm going to show it to my sister and see if she can remember it too.
Now,
Unit 1, Lesson
Yeah.
1.
what reminded the speaker of his or her childhood? Do you think? Yeah.
He made a book that has the cover really familiar.
Yes.
He thought when she was a kid, she had this book, but she cannot remember.
Okay.
But she bought it and bring to her sister. Maybe her sister can remember it.
Okay. Okay, that's right. I think so. For the answer for number 1 is in a second-hand bookshop and looking for a present. Okay. And number 2, a children's book reminded the speaker of her childhood. Okay. Now we move next tab. Number 2, the speaker too, and we have 2 sentences the same. No, where was the speaker at that? Oh, it's the same. And what was he or she doing? Okay. Now listen for the second people.
But some of it really took me back. A lot of it was just a lot of stuff from a box of stuff in the attic. Stuff from
Speaker 2.
Speaker 2.
last weekend. My brother and I were helping our parents move house. We found a big box of stuff in the attic. Stuff from years ago. A lot of it was just junk, but some of it really took me back to my childhood. For example, there was a China dog that I used to love when I was about 3 years old. I guess my parents couldn't bear to throw it away when I got older, so they put it in a box in the attic, and it stayed there for 15 years. There were some of my old school books too, from my first year at primary school, and obviously loads of my brother's things too.
Wow.
We spent ages looking through them. It was a real trip down memory lane.
Okay, can you wait me? Can you wait
Okay.
me?
Okay.
Đi đâu rồi? Mẹ đang đi đâu đấy? Can you hear one more time?
Okay. The
Please.
second time, please.
Speaker 2.
Last weekend, my brother and I were helping our parents move house. We found a big box of stuff in the attic, stuff from years ago. A lot of it was just junk, but some of it really took me back to my childhood. For example, there was a China dog that I used to love when I was about 3 years old. I guess my parents couldn't bear to throw it away when I got older, so they put it in a box in the attic, and it stayed there for 15 years. There were some of my old school books too, from my first year at primary school, and obviously loads of my brother's things too. We spent ages looking through them. It was a real trip down memory lane.
Where
Okay. Okay.
I cannot hear totally, but I guess
Oh,
they are helping parents to move a house.
okay, that's right. And where was the speaker? Do you
The
know?
speaker
Act.
is
Act. Do you know that?
The
Cái
house.
máy, yes, acted. No, acted. You have the word. How do you say it?
No.
I hear that. No. You just
Weekend, our parents moved weekend. My brother and I were helping our parents move house.
move
We
house.
found a big box of stuff in the attic.
In the attic,
Artist.
a room of a space. Attic, this word hả?
Tầng áp mái á.
Yes, that's right. Attic.
Attic.
Yes,
Attic.
acted. Tacted. Sorry, acted. Acted.
Attic. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Now,
the new word I don't know.
now again, when
Found a
Is it
big
right?
box of stuff in the attic.
so he can find some big boxes on the acted. Is it right? No, again.
Box, yeah.
We found a big box of stuff in the attic.
Big
Stuff from
box.
years ago. A lot of
From
it
years-
was just junk, but some of it really took me back to my childhood.
Okay. Okay, Thảo. And what and you say with this sentence he's yes at home or at the acted. And happy his parent moved house. Okay. And what reminded the speaker, Thảo?
The speaker found a big box and open it. He found some pictures.
Yes.
He was young, maybe 3 years old.
Yes. That's all? Some
So I
pictures.
heard
No, yes.
For
you said-
example,
no. You say some pictures, old book, Thảo, and other things.
Oh.
Maybe it's junk. Okay. Chunk now. Now we move to speaker number 3. The same question. Now listen for
Yes.
number 3, Thảo.
Speaker
Okay.
3.
I went to see my grandfather a couple of weeks ago, and he asked me to get the lawnmower out of the garage for him. While I was there, I saw a box of old cassettes. Some of them had children's songs on them, and I remembered them really clearly from when I was just 2 or 3 years old. My granddad hasn't got a cassette player anymore, and neither have I, but he said I could take the cassettes with me. A few days later, I borrowed a cassette player from a friend of my dad's and listened to the cassettes. Although I hadn't heard them for at least 15 years, the songs were so familiar. All the memories came flooding back. Memories of being at my grandparents' house and listening to the songs over and over again. The amazing thing is, I still knew all the words by heart.
Okay. When was speaker? Speaker was in grandfather's house
Yes.
and doing something I don't know. I'm not
Okay.
clear.
Okay. And here, getting the lawn mover
Lawn
out
mover.
of the garage. Do you know
Lawn
lawn
mover.
mover?
Yeah, I heard the garage, but I don't know
Yeah.
the lawn mover.
Lawn mover. What does it mean? How can you guess it? It means something to use. The machine you use to cut grass.
Ah,
Yes.
lawn mover.
Cái
Lawn
máy cắt
mover.
cỏ Thảo ha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, getting.
Thảo có nghe tiếng mưa không? Ở nhà nhưng đang mưa to á, không biết Thảo có nghe được không?
Em vẫn nghe rõ chị ạ.
Ok, khi nào không nghe được Thảo nói cho nghe.
Ok, chị không biết. Đây cháu khoe cháu làm cái đèn. Làm cho.
Em làm gì vậy? Em làm cái đèn hả? Em có cái đèn hả?
Vâng.
Phải không?
Để cháu màu vàng vào cái nắp chai úp vào cháu làm cái đèn.
Rồi vậy là phải mượn cái điện thoại của mẹ hả? Okay. Now Thảo, what reminded the speaker?
Yes, the speaker for the castle. Castle means the old radio.
Yes.
And heard some old song that she was a kid. She came to his grandfather house, and grandfather turned it turn to see to hear it, and he
Yes.
reminded his
Yes.
castle.
Here, gases.
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 Yeah.
Number 4, Thao. The speaker number 4. We listen for number 4, please.
Yes.
Speaker 4. I came home from university last summer and found that my mum was clearing out my bedroom. Apparently, she wanted to turn it into a guest room. Anyway, I didn't really mind that too much because I'm not there very often. So I was helping her to clear up, and I found this box of old books and photos and stuff. There was one photo that really made me stop and look. I was with a friend. His face is so familiar, but I can't remember his name. I showed the photo to my mum, but she couldn't remember anything about it and didn't know who the boy was. Mind you, she's got a memory like a sieve, so I wasn't too surprised. She can't remember what she had for breakfast. It's frustrating because I know the boy was a close friend at that time when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. But what's his name? Oh, I've been racking my brains ever since, but I just can't remember.
Yeah. So can you let me hear one more time from the beginning?
Okay.
I lost.
Okay.
I
At the beginning, please.
I
Yeah.
came home from university last summer and found that my mum was clearing out my bedroom. Apparently, she wanted to turn it into a guest room. Anyway, I didn't really mind that too much because I'm not there very often. So I was helping her to clear up, and I found this box of old books and photos and stuff. There was one photo that really made me stop and look. I was with a friend. His face is so familiar, but I can't remember his name. I showed the photo to my mum, but she couldn't remember anything about it and didn't know who the boy was. Mind you, she's got a memory like a sieve, so I wasn't too surprised. She can't remember what she had for breakfast. It's frustrating because I know the boy was a close friend at that time when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old. But what's his name? Oh, I've been racking my brains ever since, but I just can't remember.
Okay. Was the speaker?
Yes. Speaker came back to to his house.
Yes.
After university, and he was helping her mother to clean the bedroom, and he found some old book and old photos.
Yes.
He that he saw he with a little boy.
Yes.
It is a close friend, but he cannot remember who is he.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then he asked his mom about who was he. But
Yeah, who was he?
your mom, but his mom can't remember too. Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, that's all. And now you have the transcript for this one, and maybe I think you can check it later. Here,
Yeah.
in this speaking, we can hear a lot of phrasal verb. For example, you hear like something like jog any memories. Do you understand it, Thao? Jog any memories here, and maybe
jog any memory. Jog any memory, like remind or help me to remember any memories.
Yes, that's right. And about next, let's check it. Stop. I see a lot of here.
No.
How?
No.
We have A real trip down memory lane.
It was a real trip. Có, con đi lấy giấy. Nó đang định lấy khăn mặt của bố nó lau sàn. It was a real trip down memory lane. Trip down. It was a real trip. Tí đây đừng làm đây. Down memory lane. No, I don't know. Maybe this phrase express that it is really difficult to remember the memories. I think so. I guess.
A real trip down memory lane. It means a happy memory. Thảo. Remember happy time in the past.
Mẹ đấy.
Yeah. And how about next here? I see some. I can't see here. We move next, Thảo. And how about
That.
is it okay? And any is it okay, Thảo? How about all
Yes,
this word? Can we move
Well,
next?
Yeah, we move next for the
Okay,
chance.
okay.
I will.
You can
Read
take
by
a look over after our lesson.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, this one is is about a phrasal verb.
What is
Idiomatic
phrase?
phrases. Do the speaker use instead of underlined word? Use the correct form of the idioms.
Oh, okay, that's good. A trip down memory lane. Land. Okay. A title didn't remind me when it's present, so it is experience. Break the muscle. To come through the floating back. To have a really like a to jog. Oh, really hard to write, to know something by heart.
Mình có cái từ này, bây giờ mình xem trước mấy cái cụm này đi đã, Thảo ha. A trip down memory lane. It means remember the happy time in the past. Is that okay? How about the
Yeah.
number 2, Thảo? Completing back. Completing back. Cái gì đó tràn về.
Oh,
Là tràn về.
so I think we need to read the transcript and guess what
Okay,
it is.
okay. Now, nhưng mà mình phải chụp lại cái này sao ta? Sao mà mình vừa xem được cả lần 2 cái vậy?
Okay, I will. Can you turn to another
Okay,
slide?
I yes, take a photo.
No. Take a screenshot and send you via Zalo,
Okay.
and we can check like this.
Is it okay, Thảo?
Yeah.
Okay. Now with this one, we find that trip down memory lane. Right here.
Clean. Trip down.
This- Trip down.
You are a real trip down.
This one. A real
This
trip
one.
down memory lane. Number 1.
And edges looking through that.
Flooding back. Here, Thảo. All the memories came flooding. Let him back here. Have a memory like a seal. He talked about his mom. Maybe you see she can't remember anything. So they use that sentence. Here, Thảo, she's got a memory. A
Can
memory
you say
like a seal.
sieve? What is sieve?
It means cái vợt đó Thảo, cái vợt mà dùng trong đồ nấu ăn trong nhà bếp á. Chắc là cái đó là nó đem trí nhớ, mà tại vì chúng thấy hồi nãy có cái đoạn gì mà nói bà đó bà không có nhớ được cái gì nè, về cái bà ăn sáng mà bà cũng không nhớ được đó. She can't remember what had for breakfast. It means maybe mà trí nhớ của bà như cái vợt đó ha, nó đem nó lọt hết hả? Is that right?
Memory like a
The
sieve.
memory like a seal.
I know.
She said. And next, what we have next, jog your memory. Here, jog memory, maybe try to remember something. Is it right, Thảo? Jog memory.
Okay, I open. I'm sure we had a book when I was very young. I opened it, started reading, surprising story. Do you think jog any memories, like recall any memories?
Yes.
Yes. The second, and it stays there, for 15 years. There was some my old school book too from my first year at private school, and I was lost of my brother's things too. We spent ages looking through the phrasal. We spent ages looking through them. Ages here mean hours, right? We spent ages looking through them. So it means that we spent for a long time looking through them. It was a real trip down memory lane. It means that real trip down. Mean that it an experience which brought back loss of memories. Correct? A real trip down memory lane. Hello?
Hello? Here, I hear
Yeah.
you.
Yes, the phrase. It was a real trip down memory lane. Does it mean it was an experience which brought back lots of memories?
A loss of memory. Oh, and how about but I think in this situation we can you can check another meaning. I see that I check and I see to remember happy times in the past. Huh? Is it the happy time?
It means that have a lot of happy time in the past.
Yes. He has because he finds something of him and also his brothers, so they spend ages looking through them. I think it's a happy time in the past with them.
Okay. Understand. The speaker too. My granddad hasn't got gases player anymore, and neither have I. But I said I could take the cassette with me. A few days later, I borrowed cassette player from my friend of my desk and listened to the cassettes. Also, I hadn't heard them for at least 15 years. The songs were so familiar, all the memories came flooding back. It is mean that all the memories have been recalled.
Yes.
Remind of remind him a lot about the memories.
Yes.
With my grandma's house and listening to the song over and over again. The amazing things is I still
Still
knew
all the
words.
words by heart. She just know that still remember the words of these songs. Is that right?
Yeah, still remember all the
Yes.
words. Cái kiểu thuộc lòng ấy.
Yes.
Yeah. I showed the photo to my mom, but she couldn't remember. Yeah. Might cái câu might you là cái gì chị? Might
My
you ấy.
chữ.
Might you.
Tôi chợt nhớ lại là Thảo chợt nhận ra, chợt nhớ trong cái đoạn này my chịu nhắc tôi nhớ là mẹ tôi thì có cái trí nhớ giống như đây nè. I saw the photo to my mom, but she couldn't remember anything about it and didn't know who the boys was. My chịu. Cái điều đó mới nhắc tôi là she got a memory like a seal. Okay.
Memory like a sieve. Chị nhớ có mẹ tôi kiểu rất tồi. I wasn't too surprised. He can remember what he had for breakfast. It's frustrating because I know the boy was a close friend when he was maybe 3 or 4 years old. But what his name? I have been racking my brains. Is mean that try to remember anything.
Yes.
Try
Yes,
to
I think
remember.
so. Try to remember something.
Mm.
But difficult to remember that. Or can't. Impossible. No. Or here. Try to remember, but he can't remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's impossible to remember it.
And how about ring a bell? Can you see the word the face ring the bell, Thảo? Ring a bell.
Like good Christmas, ring a bell. I don't know where the ring a bell.
Ring the bell. Hey, we see that. And take you back to.
Can you underline the phrase ring a bell?
I can't find. I
You
just hear about the speaker number 3 maybe, but I can't.
Control F. Can you try Control F and find the word
Oh,
bell?
here Thảo. The title didn't ring a bell.
When I saw a children's book on herself. It means that the cover of the book, the title of the book does not remind him.
Yes.
The title of the book cannot remind him, remind her.
Yes.
Her old book before.
Yeah, so ring a bell is maybe make us remind. Is it right? Ring a bell.
Yeah.
Make us remind. And talk you back to. Take you back to. Chắc cái câu này dễ ha. Đưa mình quay trở lại ha. Take you back to. Can you find that?
Take you back to.
Oh, we can't find that. Here, take me back to.
Took me back to my child. Đem lại cho tôi về kỷ niệm tuổi thơ đúng không ạ?
Make us remember something in the past. It means take me back. Okay. I think this word is easy. This very easy for us. And now we can we continue next? Is it okay? This one, Thảo?
Yeah.
Number 1 to 4.
Yeah.
Remind me of anything.
My trip down memory analysis, some of it really reminded me of childhood. Tự nhiên sang cái này đã khó thế. Đọc cho
Do you think remind me of anything is mean make me remind something? How about ring a bell? Do you think this face ring a bell is mean remind me?
of anything.
Do you think so?
To ring a bell mean that remind me of something.
Yes. Make us remind. Is it
Yeah.
right? Check it. We check it. Let's see. See the answer now.
Yeah.
This one. Yes, that's right. Ring a bell. And number 2, Thao.
Surprisingly, story didn't cause me to remember anything.
Force me to remember.
That's me now. Rack your brains, right?
Mà rack your brains.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shock.
the story didn't cause me to remember anything. Làm cho tôi nhớ về cái điều gì đó. Còn cái này là tôi nhảy vào hay là tôi làm cho tôi nhảy vào một cái ký ức gì đó ha. Tạo ha. Vậy mình có cái cụm jog any memories, nó sẽ bằng với là cause me to remember anything. Tạo ha. Oh, this one is the same. Thảo reminded me of the same.
Right.
But we have another phases. Well, another phase. Some of it really flooding back. No.
Some really remind me of my childhood.
Cái gì mà tràn về làm cho tôi không nhớ về, hay là nó sẽ là cái này hả? How about this one? Take you back to
experience. Brought back. Take you back. Brought back a lot. I think take you back to mean it is number 4. It was experience which brought back a lot of memories.
An appearance which brought back lots of memories. Một cái trải nghiệm, đó là một cái trải nghiệm về cái việc mà đưa nhiều quay lại nhiều cái ký ức. How about nhiều cái ký ức thì how about cái cụm này thì sao Thảo? Cái gì đó mà nó tràn về đó. No, is it?
Cái này nó cứ dưới nhau ấy. Number 4.